This is Matt Cross. You are watching Smash TV.
Tonight's the night. We set this place on fire. We don't pay no mind. It's our time to shine. Let's burn it up. Let's get smashed. Let's get smashed. Let's get smashed. Let's get smashed. We're here to right the wrongs. We came to get it on. Yeah, let the carnivores in. Dead sun's like a corpse in the morning. We ripping doors off the hinges. We bringing war to the minions.
Brett Strong, Lisa Vino, Alex DeWitt, Michael Beard Kostecki, Nadine Farron, and Jimmy Corderas. From Machino Music comes High Speed Flamingo.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Smash TV. Scott Hunter alongside Brad Myers and Brent Banks joining us today.
Is that how you intro me? Just Brent Banks?
How would you like it done?
Start again.
All right.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Smash TV. Scott Hunter here alongside Brad Myers and the one-man dynasty, Mr. Money, his freshness, the answer, Brent Banks.
That was all right. Yeah, I'll take it.
I'm running out of names for you.
Keep going.
Today is going to be a little bit different than other episodes that we've done. Today we're going to start taking a look back at the last 6 months in Smash Wrestling as we gear up towards Super Showdown 2, our biggest show of the year. And while you're here, we might as well start with your story.
Okay, go ahead.
So let's talk about it. You started all the way back. Let's go back to Any Given Sunday 2.
Right.
And your match there.
Mm-hmm. My match there. Who did I wrestle at that show?
I believe it was Alex Vega.
Huh. Yeah, the guy couldn't really get off my back for the better part of a year. But I do now because I am money, and that's what I do. I take care of problems that I have here in Smash Wrestling. Even though they want to stack the deck against me and, throw Jimmy Corderas in my match. And, even though he did help Alex Vega win that ladder match. But let's not talk about that. Let's talk about Alex Vega, who's absolutely out of my life finally, and now I can move on and do bigger and better things finally. Thank you, Smash Wrestling. And I look to do some really, really good things this year.
Well, let's talk about what that feud has done for your career so far. We gotta give the devil his due a little bit here. You and Alex Vega arguably have had the feud of 2014 thus far.
Arguably, or the feud of the year?
I think definitely the feud of the year.
Well,
Get it right, Scott.
Let's go ahead and we'll call it. I agree.
You can start again.
It's definitely been the feud of the year.
Right.
Absolutely. What did that feud do for you in your career? Like, what do you think that elevated you to?
I think that feud clearly showed everyone in Smash Wrestling, the fans out there, that clearly I am money and I am worth their time and money, and I'm bigger than any Steady Ballers tag team or tagging with Alex Vega. I'm Smash Wrestling, and I'm the main event of Smash Wrestling. Regardless of if I'm the champion or not, I am the people's champion of Smash Wrestling. And now that everyone sees that, it's all good right now. That feud alone. I didn't need to be in that feud for everyone to see that, because I know how good I am. I didn't need the fans' respect. I didn't need it. But, now that I'm not listening to them, now that I'm not a fan favorite of theirs, it doesn't really matter. Sky's the limit for Brent Banks now. Now I can move on.
Well, and move on you did. You moved on from Alex Vega now. That feud culminated at Danger Zone in that ladder match.
And Brent, I gotta ask. You were so close to getting into the championship tournament. How did it feel when Jimmy Corderas pushed the ladder over?
How do you think it felt?
I would imagine it felt really
dumb question.
It's a hard-hitting question. I'm a hard-hitting journalist.
Hard-hitting.
Don't say hard-hitting when I'm sitting closer to him than you are.
Well, that's why I can.
That was a bad move. You want to switch spots?
Yeah, you want to split?
No.
Probably not. It felt terrible. I mean, I clearly had the match won. I was this close to grabbing the contract, and all I asked was Jimmy Corderas, the official in the match, to just hold that rickety old ladder. Just hold it for me so I can climb up and grab that contract. And then he decided to take business into his own hands and not get over a simple handicap match, which I won on my own with Jimmy Corderas and Alex Vega. He couldn't get over that, so he decided to screw me over and push the ladder down and cost me the Smash Championship. Because if I was in that tournament, I would have won.
We'll get into the tournament a little bit later on, but
again, you know I would have won if I was in it, right?
Absolutely.
but
Scott?
I mean, I believe you had a good shot. I mean, there's a lot of people that wish you were in that tournament. A lot of people are claiming that you're the uncrowned champion of Smash Wrestling.
I just said
no,
that
but I do
earlier.
firmly believe that is true. You are the what'd you refer to yourself as? The People's Champion of Smash Wrestling?
Yes.
But you
And
don't
I
care
would
what
have been
people think.
I would have been the actual champion if I was in that tournament. Clearly, get it together.
All right. Well,
This guy knows,
you did have a shot at the title though,
right?
and you're not the champion.
Choose your words wisely.
Well, I'm just saying. We'll get into the title a little bit later on, though. Let's move on from that a little bit. Let's get you off this touchy subject. Let's start talking about hacker Scotty O'Shea.
The nerd, right?
Well, in your words, the nerd.
He does the whole computer thing and wears the glasses.
Yeah, Brett does that too.
Except for the glasses.
He's not wearing the glasses though.
No, he's not. Well, not now. He's not. He took them off. He takes them off when he's on camera. He's kind of a nerd still, though.
Hey, I didn't say it. You did, right?
But let's talk about your feud with Scotty O'Shea. What is it about Scotty O'Shea that just grinds your gears?
Grinds my gears. Are you like Peter Griffin now?
Scott's never
For
come
lack
up
of
with
a
an
better
original
term.
catchphrase.
Clearly. Anyway, Scotty O'Shea. What grinds my gears about him? Well, much like the fake Smash Wrestling champion Matt Cross, he's getting all the attention. Even though I've stepped into the ring with him many times and I've beaten him, I don't get as much attention as he does. Why do the fans love Scotty O'Shea so much? He sucks. He's a nerd. He sits in front of a computer all day. Like why does everybody like him? That's what grinds my gears about Scotty O'Shea. Everybody loves him, but he's a loser and he's a nerd and he shouldn't even be in the same ring as Brent Banks.
But here's my question then. If what upsets you about it is the fact that the fans love him, and you don't care what the fans think.
No, I don't really care what they think. But they shouldn't love him. But I don't care what they think. But they shouldn't love him though. They should love me. I don't care.
What is the preferred reaction? I really firmly believe that the best reaction in your mind would be if you walked out to the ring and just
Complete
heard
silence.
crickets. Like, do you not want the fans to be entertained?
They're always going to be entertained. I'm in the ring. They're always going to be entertained. That's a given. They should just be... You know what? When Scotty O'Shea comes to the ring, he should hear crickets.
All right. Fair enough.
No reaction.
Just trying to get into the mindset that you're in. Okay.
You shouldn't. You wouldn't survive.
I wouldn't survive?
No, you wouldn't.
Wouldn't make it out.
If you got into my mind, you'd be chewed up and just spit out. You wouldn't last.
Wow.
You couldn't handle it.
Wow.
Some choice words.
That's
Choice. Yeah, that's
bold.
Bold, yeah.
I think you might have just broken Scott Hunter's heart.
Yeah, a little bit.
I heard it.
A little bit.
Yep.
Actually, if fans of you like rewind this tape, you can actually pinpoint the exact second that my heart breaks. That wasn't a Family Guy reference. That was Simpsons.
Right, I got that. Yeah, I got that. Yeah, I love The Simpsons. Yeah, keep going. Let's keep going.
I'm going to stop with that now. Let's move on.
Okay, good.
We're going to move on from your feud with Scotty O'Shea. Your upcoming match at Super Showdown. Let's talk about that.
Go ahead.
Jay Lethal.
Jay Lethal.
What are your thoughts on Jay Lethal? I mean, like, you got to be a fan of Jay Lethal. Everybody's a fan of Jay Lethal. We've seen him on TV. He's a big star in the business.
What does that mean? He's on TV. What does that really mean? What has he ever done? Has he beaten Brent Banks?
No.
So what does that mean? He's on TV. So? That means nothing. Jay Lethal's coming back to Smash Wrestling with already a loss under his belt. He lost to a nerd, someone who I've beaten many times. Why should I be impressed with someone who's on TV, comes to Smash Wrestling, and loses? He has a losing record. Why should I be impressed with a guy who loses to a nerd? Why? Tell me.
That's a fair question, actually. It is. I don't have an answer to that one.
Why not?
Because like I said, it's a fair question.
Exactly. Answer it.
He's 0-1 in Smash Wrestling.
He is.
I mean, I guess for that, you have no reason to be impressed with Jay Lethal.
Exactly. So you'll take back everything you just said about him.
I take it all back.
And you'll call him a loser.
Sitting so close.
And you'll call him a loser.
I don't know if I can do that.
He has a losing record, which makes him a... Scott.
Makes him a loser, I guess.
Who's a loser? Be clear for everyone watching here.
Do I have to say it?
Be clear.
Scott, you look incredibly uncomfortable right now.
Do I have to say it, though?
Do you need to, just lose?
Yeah, I might.
Come on.
Personally, I am enjoying every minute of this.
Say it.
Jay Lethal.
Jay Lethal
is a loser.
Say it with me. Jay. Ready?
Yeah.
Jay Lethal is a
loser.
Very good. Very good. I like that. It makes me smile.
I am not comfortable right
It makes me smile seeing Scott this uncomfortable.
Do you have any questions for Brent here?
I'm just personally,
join in with us?
I am enjoying the ride and personally just think
You shouldn't
Brent
be worried
Banks
about
should be
calling him
here
a loser
all the time.
Because at Super Showdown, he's going to lose again. He's going to be 0-2, which makes him a loser. You shouldn't be ashamed to call him that. He's a loser.
That's a fair point.
Yeah, but he can hit me pretty hard. This is my concern.
So can Brent.
And Brent's right. Yeah, Brent is right here.
Yeah, Jay Lethal, he's not here. He won't do that.
Actually, I know for a fact Brent can hit pretty hard. I've been in the ring with him, Brad.
You have.
This story again?
You have.
It's the only story I got. I gotta use it every chance I get.
I haven't heard it, actually. You should tell them again.
About I was in a battle royal.
Right.
I had my one shot at the championship.
Yep.
And I got...
Hang on, hold up.
Yep.
Was Brent Banks in this battle royal?
Brent Banks was in the battle royal.
So Brent Banks has had multiple opportunities at the title.
Oh, yeah.
What are you trying to say? Where are you getting at with this?
I'm just saying.
What does that mean? What are you trying to say?
I'm just saying.
Saying what? That I can't win the championship? Is that what you're saying?
I did not say that.
Well, what are you saying then?
I said you've had your shots.
I've had my shots. Fair shots?
I wouldn't say fair shots. A battle royal is not really a fair shot.
Battle royal's not fair.
Well, you did get a one-on-one opportunity with Matt Cross.
I did.
On Smash TV.
Right. And how many people did Matt Cross have in his corner? About, I don't know,
there was about 100 kids.
100 children in his corner? How is that fair? 400 children, Matt Cross, against me, the one-man dynasty. One man! I've beaten 2 before in the ring. How am I going to take on 300 to 400 children and Matt Cross? Am I supposed to hit children? I can't do that. But they hit me. They did. A lot.
I'd swing back.
Really?
Like, well, if I got hit by a kid.
Really? Do you want to say that again to the camera right here? That you, Scott, would hit a child.
If the kid hit me first.
Did you just say that?
Yeah.
Say it again.
I'd hit a kid if the kid hit me first.
Say your name and then say what you just said.
I, Scott Hunter, would hit a kid if he hit me first. Right in the face.
This is the kind of employee that Smash Wrestling hires. A man who would hit a child.
You took a sign out of a kid's hands and
this
ripped it
will
up
be
in front
the
of his
end
face.
of Smash TV because of what you just said.
Well, folks, we're going to take a quick break, and coming up, we're going to talk about the Smash Wrestling Championship. Stay tuned.
If you want the answers, well, I can try to help you find out. Still
gave them something to look forward to, something that they can actually have someone speak to them about their dreams, saying that it's good to pursue it. So I think it's really positive.
A positive influence. Like I said, the kids are responsive to it, and at the end of the day, Smash. This is Smash isn't just about the in-ring product. It's about getting out in the community and making a difference. And when you see the look on the kids' faces and when you see them actually responding to the things you're saying, you know you are making that difference.
It's nice coming out today and talking to all the kids. We didn't get that opportunity when we were growing up, so it's nice to be able to offer the kids that opportunity.
This is very exciting for me. As Matt Cross, I've performed in 19 countries around the world.
Not a better feeling than seeing these kids with their faces and their smiles. It's all love. I love doing these. I love the kids here. It's such a great experience.
You can be that. You're honest. I don't care how hard it is. I look forward to being a part of these events just as much as I look forward to being in the ring. It's about doing something different, about doing something challenging, and really after an event or two you actually do notice that you are actually making a difference for these kids. So whether it's visiting schools talking about bullying or chasing your dreams, or if it's getting involved with the local communities that we run events at, I hope that us as Smash athletes, we ingrain ourselves in those communities. We get to know these faces, we get to see these faces again, and it's something that we do on the regular.
Brett Strong, Lisa Vino, Alex DeWitt, Michael Beard Kostecki, Nadine Farron, and Jimmy Corderas from Machino Music comes High Speed Flamingo.
My beard. Next month in July will be 2 years since I stopped shaving. That shows serious commitment. I have commitment to my eating, my diet, my training, and it even comes down to my beard. Most people, even if they want to do something like this, they complain about, oh, it's an itchy stage, because they don't have what it takes. This is a physical representation of what I bring to the table emotionally, mentally. It's that fortitude that represents me and my character. I have what it takes to do whatever I set my mind on to. So as silly as it might be, not shaving, I can accomplish that. And I like it because you look at me and you instantly see, this guy doesn't look like anybody else. And I like that because I shouldn't look like anyone else because I'm not like anyone else. I don't eat, talk, act, or do anything other people do. So you instantly can see that. That's not necessarily a negative or a positive thing, I just am genuinely different. And I like that you can read this book by its cover right away and be like, something's different about that guy. And you're right. It's very hard for me to say the favorite country I've been to because I feel like every time I come back from somewhere, that's always my favorite. And that's always the one I want to go to. I really like Japan. I really want to go back to Egypt. I really liked Russia. Hungary was one of my favorites. And I just got back last week from Singapore. So just fitting with my theme, I'm always liking the last place I've been. I'll say that right now my favorite, as of this week and month, is Singapore. It's just a really unique country. Gum is illegal, spitting is illegal, hugging in public is illegal. So there's always like weird, quirky rules. But at the same time, professional wrestling is only about 1.5 years old there. So there's very few Westerners that have come over in the past 20 or 30 years. So they just are like yearning for this wrestling action, and any little thing you did, they were just so grateful and so appreciative. And it was really what we all want as wrestlers, to just have that interaction with the fans and have people so pumped to see this new art form like unfolding before their very eyes. I get asked a lot if there's anywhere left for me to go. People are like, oh, you've been so many places, like you probably don't even have anywhere else you desire to be. But I feel like the more you travel, the more you see, so it's the more places that you then want to go. So instead of being like, oh, I've already wrestled everywhere, I just become more aware of the places that I haven't gone. So somewhere like China, for instance, I think it's such a huge, fascinating country, and they don't really have wrestling, so it's more difficult to go to. So I mean, China would be cool to go to. I really want to wrestle in Hungary. I went there, but I've never wrestled there. I can't think of any place I wouldn't want to go. Active war zone or not. I don't care where it is, I don't care what they're doing, I want to eat what they're eating, I want to do what they're doing, I want to go there, I want to interact with the people in that environment, and I just want to see, that's what life is for me, it's just seeing new places, new people, new experiences. So anywhere there is, I hope that we see a Matt Cross there. I have wrestled in several prisons around Ohio. They were very crazy. I assumed if we were doing it, it must be relatively safe. So I figured these guys are traffic offenders, maybe drug offenders, but like they got busted once for weed or something. I would never have thought that it was going to be like murderers and cop killers and rapists, which it ended up being. So I'm in these guys' faces, I'm on the guardrail, and I'm just like, do something, come on! Thinking that they're traffic guys, so I'm not scared of them. And these guys are right up on the guardrail. I mean, there's guards, but they're very far away. They wouldn't be able to stop whatever might happen. So I'm right in these guys' faces, screaming like, do something, hit me! And then afterwards I'm talking to the warden, and I'm like, oh, that was great interacting with these guys, and what, are they traffic offenders? And he's like, no, man, these guys this is high risk. I was like, what do you mean high risk? And he's like, there's minimum, there's medium, and then there's these guys. These guys are cop killers and murderers. And I'm like, oh my God, thank God I didn't know that before I went out there. I wouldn't even have wanted to go, because I was out there losing my mind, going crazy, but it's such a unique experience. Like, it's unlike a typical wrestling crowd. You're not going to get hardened criminals to like, let's all clap along and do this kind of stuff. So it's a completely new world that you have to like kind of suss out and figure out what works and what doesn't. If you try to like, I would always sneak in like a fork and like have it in my knee pad. When the ref's not looking, I would hit a guy. And that's kind of an underhanded tactic. But in a prison, they're like, yeah, this guy rules. So it just kind of flips everything on its head. And it just makes wrestling really kind of mature and cool. But it's very wild. It's something I never thought I would do. And I welcome the opportunity to do it again. Because as scary as it is, something about it is very appealing to me.
Are you ready, Scott?
Born ready.
Were you?
Yeah.
You were?
Yeah, I popped out. I'm ready.
Okay, welcome back to Smash TV. Was that good?
That was perfect.
It was perfect.
It was money.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I like this guy.
I tried my best.
He's good.
You like Brad?
Yeah, I like him.
Somebody has to.
Yeah. This guy.
This is... You just want me to leave?
No. Stay. Do your job.
This is so awkward.
What are they paying you for?
So let's talk about
They're paying you?
Carry on.
Let's talk about the Smash Wrestling Championship and the road that led to it. Scott, we saw some incredible qualifying matches. We already talked about the ladder match. That it's a little bit of a touchy subject, so we're not going to go back into that.
It's all right. Carry
But
on.
we did see Tyson Dukes take on Chris Hero in a qualifying match.
Oh, an incredible series of qualifying matches that led into the tournament for the championship. I mean, you had, like you said, Banks versus Vega. We had O'Shea versus Jay Lethal, of course. There was the Dukes Hero match, was just incredible. And all of these matches are matches that in any other promotion, on any other night, could be tournament finals. Yeah. Those matches alone could be for the championship. And when you see the quality of the talent that got into this tournament, the quality that didn't get into the tournament even, I mean, it just goes to show this was, I still believe that tournament at Gold was the toughest tournament in all of sports.
I fully agree, and I mean, you even look at the overdogs against Cross and Gargano, where three of them got in, one of them didn't.
That's right. The tournament itself brought Josh Alexander back to Smash Wrestling. Originally, Johnny Gargano was scheduled to be Matt Cross's partner in that matchup. Couldn't make it due to travel restrictions. And much to the surprise of everybody, especially the overdogs,
including us,
Josh Alexander made his return to Smash Wrestling in that match. Took Sebastian Suave out of the running for the title and got himself a spot in the tournament.
I believe that was also the same match where he threw John Greed over the balcony.
That was pretty huge.
That was insane.
Dropped the man off the balcony. I mean,
that's a big man to fall from a high fall.
And that's dangerous. Like, you could have killed a guy.
Josh Alexander he was seeing red that day.
Oh,
he's
been seeing red ever since he's come back.
Well, wouldn't you, Scott?
Well, yeah.
Given the circumstance,
after the months of turmoil that you've been put through, and you've been turned on by your former partner, of course. I mean, I think anybody would. But let's talk about some of the talent that was in that tournament.
Oh, unbelievable!
I mean, we get Scotty O'Shea Kevin Steen was in there.
Chris Hero,
of course. They brought Takaki Watanabe all the way from New Japan over.
We had Alex Vega. much to Brent Banks' dismay. However,
Michael Elgin,
Johnny Gargano, Matt Cross. And what a role Matt Cross has been on. I mean, of course, he went on, he defeated, at the time, it was undefeated versus undefeated. Johnny Gargano versus Matt Cross.
And what a match that was.
There's a barn burner.
From top to bottom, the entire card was just amazing. Brent, how did you feel being a part of such an incredible show?
That was huge. I mean, every single match, even the non-tournament matches, were all main event worthy. And I mean, even though I wasn't in the tournament, I mean, I enjoyed all the matches. As hard as it was to look at those tournament matches, I enjoyed all of them. They were all main event worthy on any show in the world.
Well, and that's it. Gold was such a special night, and you could tell it was just a totally different atmosphere, and we were rising to a new level at that show. I mean, that had really a big event feel to it, and of course, it started a new chapter in Smash Wrestling, because finally, after a year, after months, over a year of people begging for us to have a champion, after the talent begging for us to bring in a title, we're finally at a stage where we're able to do that, and Matt Cross picks up the win not only against Johnny Gargano, but continues his streak, beating 4 other men in a 5-man elimination match.
And that's exactly why when you said it's the toughest tournament in sports, that's why. Not only do you have to win a first round match, which all of them easily could have main evented, then you have to go through 4 other guys to win the championship, but it's not just one pinfall, it's elimination.
It's consecutive pinfalls, and Matt Cross, he overcame the odds. Once again, won the championship, and now he has bragging rights for a lifetime now.
He's the first one.
I mean, you think about where Smash Wrestling is now, and the levels that we've grown. Look at where we're going to be in 10 years, and looking back at probably we're going to have a 10-year anniversary show. We're going to be looking back at the first ever champion, and Matt Cross has those bragging rights.
I'm going to ask you a tough question.
Me?
Yep.
Okay.
Brent, you can answer too. 10 years from now, is the streak still alive?
Which streak? Mine or Matt Cross?
Matt Cross.
In 10 years?
Nope.
I don't think so.
Can't do it. It's too long. He's got to get beat. If it's not going to be me, it's going to be someone else. Probably me, but it won't last that long, I'm sure.
It was just a question, just throwing him out there.
I mean, it could happen. He's on a roll right now. He seems unstoppable. Let's talk about Matt Cross a little bit more. The champion, 21-0 in Smash Wrestling.
Unbelievable.
But he faces arguably his toughest challenge yet coming up at Super Showdown as Chris Hero attempts to become the 1 and 21-1.
That was real good. I like that.
It's almost like he stole it from somebody.
From who?
I don't know.
I don't think I've heard that anywhere.
No.
I'm pretty sure that was...
Maybe that's you.
That's me. It's definitely me.
But I mean, if anybody's going to take that streak away from Matt Cross, it could definitely be Chris Hero. He's been knocking people out ever since he's been here in Smash. Even before that, I mean, he was known as the young knockout kid for so long, but Matt Cross has a big test ahead of him, and that streak could end at Super Showdown.
Let's say Chris Hero. Let's not take anything away from Chris Hero. He's undefeated in singles competition here in Smash Wrestling.
He's got a streak too.
I mean, he does. He has a streak of his own going.
I mean, he does have a loss. He was pinned by Takake Watanabe. I mean, it wasn't in singles competition, like you said. However, there is a blemish on that perfect record.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, there is no Takake Watanabe in his matchup coming up against Matt Cross. This is going to be one-on-one. This is going to be the biggest match on the biggest show we've ever had. It's the biggest match there is in Smash Wrestling, ever. Sorry.
I agree.
Speaking of Chris Hero, though, a lot of people thought he was just going to be a one-and-done here in Smash Wrestling. I mean, he came in and he wrestled Lance Storm. From there...
Which was a huge match, by the way.
Absolutely. And then from there, he took a bigger challenge in AJ Styles. And a lot of people thought that was going to be it for Chris Hero. However, he has become a regular here in Smash Wrestling. I think Smash Wrestling might be the place that Chris Hero wrestles most often.
Well, and that's it. And Chris Hero has always said that Smash Wrestling is his home to the north. And it's not just Chris Hero, it's a lot of the talent that we have here in Smash Wrestling has made Smash Wrestling their home. I mean, you've got the guys like Matt Cross, you've got the Johnny Garganos that have come to Smash Wrestling and really helped put this company on the map. And
Brent Banks is...
Well, but the Brent Banks, I mean, you look at the rise that you've had in this company, it's been like, yeah, you're a main staple with this company now. Like, it's incredible to see where we've come and how far we've come, and it's because these guys have come in and been a big part of what we do.
Absolutely.
This is Smash.
So let's talk about some of Chris Hero's opponents and some of his matches that he's had here in Smash Wrestling. He took on AJ Styles and actually beat AJ Styles. It's one of AJ Styles' only losses since leaving TNA.
I mean, that's huge right there. The fact that I think is when we realized that Chris Hero was really going to make a name for himself here in Smash Wrestling. I mean, you beat AJ Styles. Not many people can say that.
And not like with a fluke win either. It was very definitive.
He knocked him out. He knocked out AJ Styles. I mean, he's might be the only person in the world that can actually say that he's done that. But you know, let's look at some of the other names he's defeated here. He's defeated Lance Storm. He's defeated.
That match was amazing.
Tyson Dukes. And like every name we throw out here, when you put versus Chris Hero at the end of it, it's a dream match.
Absolutely. I mean, Chris Hero is proving time and time again that he is one of, if not the best wrestler in the world. We saw him take on Michael Elgin at Gold in a first-round match.
Exactly, and we keep saying that every match at that tournament could have been for the title, could have been a main event, and we're not kidding. Like that.
Michael Elgin versus Chris Hero could main event anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world.
Without question.
And it was a first-round match.
And even going back to our last show at Smashapalooza, Chris Hero versus the Walking Weapon, Josh Alexander, and a match that Josh Alexander asked for. This is a match that Josh Alexander got a chance to take on one of his idols, and he's molded his entire career off of Chris Hero. He got to step in the ring with him. What a match that was! But Chris Hero once again picking up the win. I mean, you talk about the caliber of talent that Chris Hero's been in the ring with. He's beaten all of them.
He even was able to get revenge on Watanabe. I mean, when we talked about Gold and how Watanabe hit Chris Hero with the low blow to eliminate him, Chris Hero went back and knocked him out.
But so, Brent, what are your thoughts on Chris Hero?
He's clearly a knockout artist. I mean, he's finishing most of his matches with KOs. So, I mean, me personally, I look forward to having a match one day with Chris Hero, not getting knocked out. But, I mean, Chris Hero's just run, like, rough shot through Smash Wrestling. I mean, after he got released from where he was before, you'd think a guy like that may be slowing down, but, I mean, he hasn't slowed down. He's almost picked up to exactly where he left off before he left the Indies.
I think he's come back with more of a vengeance, like almost like he's got a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
And he's just here to prove that he's the best, and he's certainly doing that.
I mean, a lot of guys who come back to the Indies are a little bit slower than they were. They're not as good as they used to be, but he's picking it up. He's proven that he hasn't lost a step, and I mean, look out for him, right?
And that's it. Like he really is the biggest test that Matt Cross has ever faced. The biggest challenge to that championship that we've ever seen.
Maybe second biggest, but still pretty big.
You were definitely a threat to the championship. I mean, I will grant you that.
Chris Hero, second biggest challenge to Matt Cross's title.
Okay,
still big, but
he's a pretty big challenge.
Yes, I agree.
We can all agree on that.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Weekly Wrestling Podcast, and welcome to Smash Wrestling. Oh my God! What is going on? Ankle lock! Oh my God! Hero wasting no time, coming in with a big boot to Watanabe. You missed out totally if you weren't here at Smash Wrestling tonight.
So fans, be sure to join us again next week as we continue our special episodes of Smash TV leading into Super Showdown 2. We're also going to talk about some of the guests that we've had here in Smash Wrestling, some of the amazing debuts we've had here in Smash Wrestling, and we're also going to go in depth into King Yusa as that continues to shape up as we gear towards that. And after that, folks, stay tuned because you're going to be able to see some of the matches from our shows in Brantford. Thanks one more time for joining us here on another episode of Smash TV. I'm Scott Hunter for Brad Myers and Brent Banks.
The wrong intro again.
Can I have a shot at this?
Go for it.
Folks, thanks again for joining us here on Smash TV. For Brent Money Banks and Scott Hunter, I'm Brad Myers. Stay beautiful, everybody.